So I'm going to give you 6 math equations.
Oh my gosh.
No
You know what?
multiple.
I'm doing the game next week. All right.
Welcome. Incoming message.
This is the May Contain Action podcast on Apple iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and more.
3, 2, 1. 0. All systems active.
Welcome to season 2 of the May Contain Action podcast. I believe this is episode 47 overall, episode 7 of season 2. Welcome to the world's #1 gaming and content creation podcast, period. That's it. There's nothing else in that sentence. I'm sticking with that for now. Support for the May Contain Action podcast is brought to you by Manscaped, the best in men's below the belt grooming. Manscaped offers precision engineered jewels for your family jewels. Dang it. Episode 47. Haven't gotten it right one time. I am host number 2, Trevor May, aka I am Trevor May, just in case there was confusion. Host number 1, ActionJaxon, aka Paul, is also here. He does not have any wind in his area knocking out his power, making him miss the podcast literally 10 minutes before it starts, which is
incredible. Sounds like a lot of excuses. I think I've told you to move at least 15 times.
You know what? I keep, here's the, you want to know what the suggestions have been from the people that want me to move, dude? You're like, move to Syracuse. No. And then the other person's going, go, come on down to the Panhandle, bro. Really? I'm never going to step foot in the Panhandle.
I don't blame you for the Panhandle one. That's stupid. But you know what I have here that you don't?
Tully's tenders.
True. Those are amazing. We both know that. However, I have gigabit. So
you do have gigabit. I technically have quote unquote gigabit down, which isn't a gigabit down, and 20 up. So what's the point of having 100 down if you have 20 up? We do have a guest here, Paul, and here we're just vibing like as we always do, but we do have a guest. But before we introduce our guest, I would love to welcome you to the May Contain Action Twitch channel, which you are watching live on right now. If you are indeed watching live on it, don't forget to hit the little heart at the top of the screen. Make sure that you're following the channel so you never miss an episode. The show is literally every Thursday at 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern time, live here on this channel. So if you're following the channel, there's literally nothing else to do. Just turn it on when it's on.
Nothing.
But we do have an amazing guest, someone very special. He has hands down one of the most aesthetically pleasing setups I've ever seen.
It's true.
He is here, guys.
Hehe, baby!
He enters the room. There he is.
What an intro.
Hey.
Right on cue.
Wow.
Look at
That
you.
is too kind.
My goodness. I'm looking at the setup right now on the live stream, and I watched a couple of your videos before the pod, and there are lights and cameras everywhere. I think at one point I saw a camera straight up at your ball, like from the bottom of the desk, just like the nut cam. Is that what you called it? I'm pretty sure that's
Yeah. I've been preparing for the
100%.
Manscaped ad read, but Trevor didn't let me. But
no,
it
it's
would have been
amazing.
part of the cam.
And you're just starting. I'm sorry. I'm just completely bulldozing Trevor out of the way. And I'm just I'm fangirling a little bit. I also really liked. I wanted to save this. We were talking before the pod, but I wanted to save it for the actual pod. I also liked your camera that's like out of focus. Like there's like a filter and you're starting soon and you're like actually walking around like doing stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That was dope. I'm definitely stealing that.
Okay. All right. I mean, honestly, I try to do things that people don't, see too often. Like you said, it was something unique, right? And so like that's the goal. And it's you don't want to have that be the only thing, but it helps. It helps to at least get eyeballs in the room.
100%.
Literally.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Welcome to the podcast, man. I'm glad to have you.
I'm very glad to be here.
Fantastic. So we want to get obviously started, and we want to know a little bit more about you. You've been streaming on Twitch. You've been playing a couple of different games. You're playing Among Us. I saw you play Call of Duty a little bit. Obviously, you've invested in this. Your setup is nuts. Everything from like the soundproofing and everything to the lights and the different camera angles. So you know what you're doing. But first and foremost, I think the most obvious thing is your name. Hehe_TV. Where did that name come from? How did you land on that name specifically? And this isn't like I'm not picking on you. Like we asked everyone that, so I just want you to know. It's not just you. And then also
what the tone was.
It's true. And if you'd had a name before then, what was it? Like what was your first like Xbox name or whatever?
So I don't remember what my first Xbox name was. It was something auto-generated. It was shameful, I think. This is back in like 2010. My best friend IRL, he had a gamer tag Teehee, and people just really laid into him whenever he joined a lobby. And it was like unique. It was short. It was 5 letters. And back in 2010, like every gamer tag had like, all these like 5 X's on one side and like a ton, underscores, whatever you want to say. Yeah. And so when I had my default Xbox username and I was like, I need to change it. I just tried Xhehe. He was, that's the only person I played games with, and it was available. So I said, let's go. And so,
sick.
And so, I mean, ever since then, like, imagine joining a lobby back in, the peak Call of Duty trash talk era when everybody's in game chat. In S&D, you had to be in game chat. You weren't allowed to be in party chat. Do you remember those days?
Yes. Yeah, I remember that.
And imagine you see Hehe and Teehee join, and you're like, what in the world? And not only are they, I mean, we weren't bad, but we would do all the really dumb stuff, like trick shot and quick scope and use, all the really annoying stuff to try to get under people's skin.
Yeah, gotcha.
But imagine trying to say their names while you're like really mad, say like Hehe or Teehee, and like a really like, no matter how mad you are, you just can't. And so I kept it. I ran with it. I've had that gamer tag for 10 years now, and then when it came to just like making my Twitch, I was like, I'm already Hehe. Everybody knows me as Hehe, and it's I don't know if I've seen any other person that's had a similar name at all. And
awesome.
Say, hey, why not?
I love it. Yeah, I love that your essentially your decision for your name was kind of like a troll in a way.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. We had a group at one point of people that all made those little gamer tags. You had like X Wee Wee, you had like X Hee Ha, you had all these people, and we had probably sometimes we have a full 6-man, and people would be like, are these guys hacking? Like, do they got J tags? And they would we would all be in the lobby, and people would be so confused because you never see a group of 6 with like 5-letter gamer tags. It was really, it was super nerdy, but I mean, it always got laughs. So.
Fantastic. I love that. That's exactly. You were producing content before you were producing content.
Look at that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yourself right up. Man, I wish I've had like 300 names, and none of them were good. Not a single one.
Dude, I've seen so many people with all these names over the years, and I've had this literally from the time I changed my gamer tag. From the default, I have not changed. And I feel like that's kind of like a feat. That's something that like people go through these like identity crises. They're like, it's from something, that you had when you first made your gamer tag that's, Halo sniper god to like, let's be serious, let's take as many letters as we can out. And then they have a full, another one 2 years later and there's someone entirely different. So
exactly.
I'm sticking in it.
It represents who you are at the moment. A lot of times. I think I had like put a hole through you with a bunch of numbers and stuff for the letters, and I was like,
put a hole through you.
Yeah, it's super stupid. Yeah,
I had one that I was proud of that I did with Tim on Team Fortress 2, and it was "Mama said knock you out," and then his was "I'm gonna knock you out." We're big fans of that song. So that was just we went in there like a couple of buds, and I don't know, it was fun. Yeah.
Well, that was on PC, right? So that was different. You can change your Steam username whenever you wanted. This is back on Xbox. You had to pay. You had to go to GameStop and pick up a Xbox gift card if you wanted to change your name. You had to commit.
That's true. You had to full commit. I mean, that $15 was not coming from
nowhere.
nowhere.
They straight blizzarded you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You want to do something in the game? Just for a low fee of $40, we'll let you change what your orc looks like.
It was the reason why I was Hooter Boy 69 for 3 years.
Hooter Boy.
69.
Oh, hey, PM. What's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, producer PM hopping in the chat. You for the wings or for Hooters?
I mean, do you want to know the story real quick?
Yeah, hit us with it, dude. It's relevant.
Okay. My dad franchised the Hooters when I was 13.
Oh, lit.
And then I went to it for my birthday party. And when you're a 13-year-old boy,
yeah,
things change in your body.
Yeah,
kind of quickly. Yeah, so
funny.
You mean your reflex time on Fortnite?
Yeah. So yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A different type of reflex. But yes, things change pretty quickly. And let's just say I was, stuck on that for I
always wonder, not always. I don't know why I said always. Literally just in the moment that you said that, I've wondered, how does a wife or a significant other or whoever feel about like someone saying, "Hey, honey, I'm gonna go open a Hooters." You mean like the restaurant? Like, why you couldn't pick a Burger King or like a
look? They got divorced a year later, so I don't know.
I think that answers that question.
Yeah. So okay. I don't know if that was a part of it, but yeah, let's just say that led to that.
Yeah.
So
let's just say the Hooters didn't help.
Probably. No.
Yeah. Okay. So moral of the story is 2020, and we dropped the Hooter Boy and kept the 69. Got it. Because that's still relevant to all of us in our 30s.
Exactly.
For some reason, we still think that's funny. Cool. Sweet. Well, thank you for that, PM. We appreciate you.
I really appreciate you hopping in, PM.
Yeah, you're the best.
We had a clap track for PM. You add that yourself, PM. After
do I have one?
Put it in post.
Put it in post.
I just played it.
Okay.
Just played it.
Excellent.
I'm playing it right now.
Played. We can't hear it.
Okay. Thank you for the clap in chat.
You just let me know when it's done. Are we good? All right, cool.
It's done.
Well, speaking of Hooters and speaking of food, famous? Is it famous? Is famous the right word? Famous question.
Yeah.
That this pod completely revolves around that I made up. Fast food. What's your go-to? Do you have nostalgia attached to gaming? I mean, the new World of Warcraft's coming up. I'm going to put mine into action. Taco Bell is happening on Monday just because it has to, even though I'm going to feel horrendous after that and probably quit streaming. Yeah. But, do you have anything like that? Do you have a favorite fast food place? Or do you have like a favorite restaurant that might be just close to you that's not necessarily fast food, but has some sort of delicious fare that we don't know about?
I mean, I think that if I were to live on the West Coast, I would say In-N-Out, because I live on the East Coast in Virginia, and we don't have those. So I don't know if because the only time I tried it, it changed my life. Like it flipped it upside down. Like I didn't realize what true joy was until I had it.
Wow.
Like 2 years ago for the first time. And it really, and then, I had it again the same day, and then I had it twice the next day. So it's not like it was just like a one-time, splice. Like I really did, like my life was changed by In-N-Out. So, I mean, I would say that if it weren't for that, there's actually this chain on my side of the country called Cookout. I don't know if you've ever heard of Cookout.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
I've been to the one in Durham, North Carolina.
Yes, I would say we drive through there. It's only south of it's like there's a line in Virginia, I think, where they start, and they're typically only in like college towns. They're not the nicest, but you get a ton of food. You get everything you could possibly imagine, from like hush puppies to like chicken quesadillas. I mean, and it's they give it to you on a tray with tinfoil wrapped around it, and it feels like you're getting handed it from like a backyard barbecue. It's just
wow.
And it's like for like, a burger, 2 quesadillas, and hush puppies, it's like $5 on a big tray. It's life changing in college.
Oh, in college, I'm sure that is like the best thing ever. Yeah.
Yep.
That sounds
great. The only place that was open also past like 11 p.m. too. So it was open until 4 a.m. And so the line would be wrapped 3 times around, like the place. It was amazing.
Like, hey, sir, are you in the second layer of the spiral, or are you in the first layer of the spiral? He's like, I don't know. And you're like, well,
I've been here for 2 hours trying to get my meal.
Dang it. and I'm not leaving. I don't know that much.
Not leaving.
It was worth it.
Quesadillas and a burger. I've never eaten those two things in the same sitting, but I know that I would love it.
Oh, yeah. Corn dogs. Oh man, like you name it.
Anything that's dipped in a fryer.
Oh, for sure.
Anything you can dip in a fryer, which is everything. Yes. Including Twinkies.
What college did you go to?
So I went to Liberty University.
Hey, no way. I went to Liberty University.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what are the chances you went to the same college?
Wait,
there's really only like one
campus?
university. There's 2 universities in Virginia. 3. On campus, yes. Technically, no. Long story, found a loophole in which I could be an online student but live on campus and take on campus classes. But yes, I was on campus.
So you know In-N-Out. That's like or no, not In-N-Out. I'm sorry. You know Cookout, right?
Ironically enough, I never went to Cookout. I don't know when it was built. I don't think it was there when I was there. I don't know if it's new or not, but I went there in 2010 and 11. And I left. I was only there for 2 years.
Okay. Maybe you just missed out. I started in 2012. Yeah. I never finished. I still am taking classes online. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Liberty Dropout Gang.
Heck yeah, dude. You should see my student loans. It's great.
Look at us, dude. 3 guys without degrees doing a podcast.
We made it.
This is what we do when you
make that 4.
Yay! Look at us.
Oh, man.
Look at us.
Who
trying
needs a degree?
Yeah,
heck you, Mom and Dad. You were wrong.
What, Mom? You want me to go to college? No, I'll just read Reddit. We're good.
I'm an idea man, Mom. You can't hold me down.
Man. You can't hold me back.
I'm actually still finishing my information systems degree online. I'm taking classes like half-time, working full-time, streaming, being a dad.
I respect it, but now you just kind of made us all like none of us are doing that. So now you're going to have a degree, and then we won't. So then you'll be out of the group.
When I get my degree, I'll leave. But
when you get when they say, "Hey, congratulations, you've gotten your degree," you say, "No, thanks." You just walk away.
Could you just not tell, Trevor and Paul, because they're going to delete the episode, and it's going to be a whole thing.
It's going to be a whole thing. Just,
I'll put it up in my house.
Goes the title.
See it. Just
make sure the title.
Yeah. Well, in all seriousness, that's awesome that you're still actually going for your degree and working full time and streaming. Like that's a lot. We will get into that in a little bit too. Just fully into how you're doing all that.
Yeah, absolutely. In the meantime of getting into all that, because I really want to know what your experience was like at Liberty. I feel like I could talk for ad nauseum about the different nuances of going to that school in particular. It was like a little microcell. We're not gonna get into that.
I was gonna say I have like just the weirdest. Sometimes I don't want to tell people because of just how it's like in the news, and I literally had
super weird now.
Clue that you went there. You really kept it under the radar. Congrats. You blew up my spot. So
sorry. Yeah, I didn't like. I'm not like ashamed of it. Like I went where I went. Like it's not like. Like whatever.
Oh, I'm still going. It's just more the I want to try to avoid the conversation. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. You go here, you must believe this or do this or whatever. Yeah. Totally understandable. But then again, people go to Notre Dame and no one thinks you're going to be a priest or a nun. So I don't understand why people. It's fine. It's not a big deal. The point is, we want to know a little bit about how you got into what you're doing, because obviously you're pretty well established and you've made a pretty large commitment. Again, I just keep coming back to how dope your room is. I mean, you got the amazing room, the amazing PC. You got the G Fuel sponsorship. Like you're doing it. You're making moves. Your audio is amazing. Your video is amazing. So you put a lot of time and effort into this. What started your journey into Twitch? How did you discover it? And when did you decide or realize you wanted to make a career out of it or attempt to make some sort of career out of this?
It started back when I was trolling in Call of Duty, and
as all good stories start.
One night,
I was taking a dump on some kids in COD, and
basically we decided to start playing game battles. Nice. And my good friends and I. And they were a combination of like my best friend, IRL, Hehe, and then a couple friends we made online. One of them was like a former Halo pro, was really good. I met him through a couple of mutuals, and we started playing competitive, and we just got so tired of getting disputed, forfeited on these competitive matches that I said, someone needs to get a capture card. I'll go ahead and get one. And I just started like recording my games, and we were a really like rowdy group, and there was a lot of stuff that even if just for our own enjoyment, I started recording. And then I got even more tired of having to upload proof every time I would get disputed, and I said, I might as well just fire up a stream. So I just kind of started streaming them just to my friends and stuff, and that was really just like our competitive matches and kind of some, maybe some goofy stuff, just kind of small here and there streams. And then really once I started playing, actually once Fortnite came out, that was a game where I could play with my wife right next to me on console, and I could be playing on PC. My wife didn't like video games at all until she discovered like, oh, we could play Fortnite together. And then amazing. I said, you know what? I might as well try streaming it. And that's pretty much how it started. Is we had a couple friends, IRL friends that would be playing with us and watching us at the same time, kind of interacting. And then over time, it just kind of grew, and met a lot of great people along the way, and have slowly gotten support, and started out with just like one PC and a little dinky webcam, and kind of just literally very slowly. I'm not the type of person that like goes out and like, all right, I'm gonna stream, let's drop $10,000 on a setup. It's like yes, every upgrade had a purpose, and as we grew, everything was for the community, for the better of the viewers, not for me to get a better graphics card so that I could have the best gaming experience. It's always for the stream, always for the community, and here we are.
Fantastic. So give me a little bit of a timeline though, because you started off with you being obviously Hehe and Teehee, your best bud, and a couple other dudes. You are doing the game battles. When I think of game battles myself, I think like 2013, 2014, somewhere in that range. And I'm assuming you're younger than I am. I'm 30. Yikes. 27. That was weird to say out loud. 27. Oof. Cool. Enjoy it. Cherish it. So then you were like, I got married, and you were playing with Fortnite with your wife. So where was that? Were you just kind of recording these games, playing game battles for like a couple of years? Like what was the breakdown of years?
Oh, I let's see. Black Ops 2 is when I first got my capture card, I think.
Nice.
Ghost is when I started really like recording consistently. So Ghost is what, 2015 or 2014?
2014. Yeah.
AW came out, and I was like top of the leaderboard with my team, and we were like playing tournaments, and I was really like, that was a game that I was definitely the best at. I think at one point I had like a 7th in the nation on game battles rank, like globally. And my Teehee was 6, which was like, we were both like this ridiculously nerdy kids that had no life. And as I had to kind of grow up, I remember I played Black Ops 3 a little bit less, and that's kind of around the time when I got married. Cool. I got married in 2016. And so we started streaming in like 2017 and 2018 ish. Yeah. It was like winter 2017, spring 2018. Cause I remember it was like World War II was out. It was awful. I hated it. Oh my gosh. It was the worst. I think you had a similar conversation with Courage about it on this, where he's just like, he hated casting it. I hated playing it. Even though I was good. I like, we were really good. I just hated it. And so I was like, I'm just going to try Fortnite. And I really liked, dude, it was so much fun. And, that first time I went live was like with my wife, cause really for the first whole like year, the only time I'd really stream would be like with my wife, the occasional solo stream, because like I knew that we were having fun together, and it's something that we could like do, as just a why not type of thing. And yeah, that whole first year, I mean, that's when we kind of, started to grow. And after we've, had a kid, and, things that kind of gotten a little bit more busy, it's like she'll be a special guest. But for the first whole like year, from like 2017 or 2018, it was like just her and I, which was, it was great. It was something different. It was a good change for some people.
Well, couple stream.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
And we had a cool setup. yeah, we had like, her view on one, my view on the other with our webcam and like the setup in between. It was a cool, like I hadn't seen anybody do it as well as we had, and I always strive to like have the best quality. So that's one thing that I had maybe that some other people didn't have, which is like both of our points of view, and it didn't even look bad. And that's kind of where like I just started. All right, well, let's make our mics better. All right, cool. Let's get a better camera, and it just slowly all kind of happened.
Yeah, I mean, you've already made our podcast better.
That's true. Actually, yeah,
we've been hanging out for 50 minutes total, and our podcast is already twice as good. Like, if you guys are noticing, the cameras look really good. He did it.
Yeah, so he did it. Yeah,
we had to solve a problem 3 minutes to go, and before the show started, and here we are. Very easy solution that chat never gave us. So
come on,
you
chat.
guys in the corner. You think about what you did.
You guys freaking
all right.
Suck, chat. Sorry.
Okay, well, I didn't say that. I was alluding to it. There's sometimes allusions a little better than just blatantly yelling in their face. Well, that's it is very, very, very clear that you take pride in your quality, and what I'm hearing and seeing, and like I even watched your intro. By the way, there's like a clip in there. I don't know if anyone has seen that. Maybe there's some new people in the chat that haven't aren't regulars in your stream, but like you were beatboxing and your wife was singing or was reading Dr. Seuss, which was like was awesome. Like, yes, that's content that I'm all about that. But and I know actually I feel like you're coming from a place of like, it's probably interesting to you, like figuring out how to get the best mic quality out of like what you have, and that's probably what you were doing all the time. Like, okay, this is what I have. Let's see what the best way to do this is. And I mean, it obviously paid off because you know a lot more than we do. And I feel like I've been doing this for a long time, and I got a lot to learn. But
oh my gosh, yeah.
You've been it sounds like you've been dabbling in streaming, and kind of the reasons for doing it changed over time, which is kind of how it works. But what's something that because on the show, we like to really get into, everyone's got a different path for how they got to becoming a creator, or even how much of being a creator or a streamer, how much of their life it is. And how important it is, and so what's like one thing that you wish you would have known when you started? Like, what's something that someone hearing it and they want to get started, like, oh, I never thought about that. Like, what's one tip you would give to someone who's just starting out? Because it's such a big, exploding, competitive, area now, and there's lots of like younger kids that want to get into it, and like maybe want to just like wanted to be a fireman. That's like, I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be a Twitch streamer. Exactly. What's one tip you would give?
Well, I'm just so glad that I was like kind of born when I was, and I like didn't have that growing up wanting to be a streamer mindset that I see a lot of people have, because I think like one thing is that I try to really emphasize to my community or just in general is that like when you're at my size or my level, it's about like being realistic, and then also it's about like prioritizing. Like, I have a full-time job, I have a wife, I have a child, I'm in school, but I still make time for the stream because I love it, and I do it because I have fun doing it. I don't do it because I think it's gonna be some extra income. I do it because I literally just like love playing games, and I love hanging out with my friends. And a lot of people, I feel like, get into streaming because they want to be successful, or even that if they want to entertain, but they want to entertain for the wrong reasons, because they want to be, they want the clout. And I just feel like I just did it because I wanted to have fun. And I said, if I'm enjoying myself, other people might think it's funny or, and like entertaining too. But if they don't watch, I don't care. It's kind of, this might help some people to know that like when my wife and I started streaming together, I specifically remember one Friday night that we went live for 3 hours, and there wasn't a single person that came into the chat, and we didn't even notice because we were having so much fun. I mean, we noticed obviously there was no chat, but we didn't notice that 3 hours went by because we were just having fun, goofing off, playing games together. Like my wife and I are best friends. We had fun. And we turned off the stream and we're like, no one came by. Whatever. We had fun. Yeah, I had fun. All right, cool. It wasn't like, oh, I'm all bummed out. And then, if we would have said, all right, let's go ahead and stop there, I mean, who knows, where we'd be right now, but it's important to know that we had fun regardless. We were enjoying ourselves, and you can't entertain anyone if you're not having fun yourself, or at least enjoying yourself or getting better or that kind of thing. Because like a lot of people have the sob story of I want to be a streamer, I want to be a YouTuber, and I say build your skill up somewhere else to support your passion of being a YouTuber. Get a skill that you can entertain people with. Don't just have your skill be that you play, games or that you stream. Have it be, like I'm a musician, or I, build this thing, or I have this, hobby that I can bring into my stream. If your hobby itself is just streaming, it's just not. I mean, everybody can do that. So
everyone can sit in front of a camera. That's for sure. And I fully agree with that too. I've been thinking about it a lot, like how I would frame like what you would say and what drives what you're doing. And I've been thinking a lot about like, what are people's motivations? And the beauty about the best part about doing this podcast for me is because I'm such like a, adjust, get feedback, make an adjustment, get feedback, make an adjustment, like, that's the way that I've lived for so long because of my main profession, that like, that's just kind of the way that I think. And I realized that like, everything I do is in that. So when I started this, like I stopped playing video games during the season for like 4 or 5 years in the middle, in my like mid 20s, because the time that I wanted to put into playing a game, because I wanted to just get better, and be competitive, I couldn't put in. So like, I didn't like just sitting and like going mindlessly for 9 hours in a single player game. So I don't play a lot of RPGs. I play more competitive stuff because that's just how I am. I like that more. It's more fun for me. And so once Twitch started, I'm like, hey, this is like a whole new world where I can make an adjustment, see what happens. Like, what are people enjoying? What is chat saying about things I'm doing? What, like, when are people tuning in more? When are they? Those are things that like kind of that's really exciting and like makes it fun for me, because I can try. It constantly has me trying new things. So I'm like, that's my motivation. Since we're doing this podcast, we've had 47 people, all with a different thing that motivated them, which is awesome. And I think that that's the most value we have here on the show, is when we go with Genticles, who we play all the time. She was just in the Tarkov community for like literally 1.5 years before she even turned on a stream. Like and she didn't do it on purpose. Like you said, it wasn't just to be like, okay, eventually I'm going to start a stream and I want everyone to know who I am beforehand. Like, that's not why she did it. She did it just because she liked it. And then you watch her stream now. She streams in the middle of the night. She's bringing the community in to play with her because she likes playing games like that. And that's how her stream has been built. Dr. Lupo plays all kinds of stuff with all kinds of different people. I think he's one of the most inclusive. I would say he's one of the most inclusive people just in terms of content creators. Like the variety of people that he's played games with and interacted with and done things with on Twitch is like, I can't think of anyone who's done more of that kind of stuff, from charity to like playing with musicians to stuff with Rogue to just like, someone he played with in another game that wants to play the game he's playing now. He's like, come on, I'll teach you. Like, that's how he is. Yeah. And I can tell that is what makes him happy. And that's how he enjoys it. And he's another friend of the pod. So, it's phenomenal to hear that. And I love that you said you play with your wife, because I remember the other night, I was just watching a game and catching up on some emails, and I just yelled upstairs, like, hey, you want to just quit your job and be a full-time streamer? Because I think I was watching Shroud and he was playing with his longtime girlfriend, and they were just like, they've been playing for hours and hours because they're both streamers. I'm like, so if she's a streamer, then I could stream just all day. And she's like, nah. She like yelled out, she's like, nah, hard pass. The whole influencer thing is just a no-go. And I was just like, okay, I guess everyone's got different. Yeah, I'm like, that's not how my brain works, but your brain works like that. You know what I mean? And that's great.
My wife gets burned out. We when Fortnite first kind of came out, and she really like enjoyed like getting better, because she had never played games at all. And I mean, it was like, she might as well have been a toddler holding that controller. And like, in all honesty, it was like the fact that she could see herself getting better. And I had to be really, really patient, because I had been playing video games for, 15 years. And I mean, I know how to hold my own. And it was like just a lesson of like, don't assume that they're going to know. anything on how games, how like, I mean, from movement to just everything, communication to, and like, to me, it was more just like, all right, this is like this is a pet project to see if like we could ever even win a game together. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. And eventually we did. It was like 5 months after we started playing together that we got a win together.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I'm not even joking. Like, I could only do so much. And at the same time though, now
just called your wife dead weight. That was great.
I have some receipts. Let me tell you. I mean, sometimes she was actively like, I thought she was an enemy. That's how bad she was throwing. And no, but like when it came down to over time, and when you kind of plateau, when you kind of get to that level where you really have to think hard. Oh, she's in the chat saying, I hate you so much as a slander. Yeah. And when it kind of got to the point where like it wasn't this like great trajectory, she got a little bit burned out, and she still enjoyed it, but she more just enjoyed like hanging out with me and talking to people in the chat and stuff versus what we were playing. I mean, we kind of transitioned to doing some more like party games and even like Fall Guys if she enjoyed that, but it was more about like her and I hanging out versus the game. It really didn't matter what we played. It was just that we were like having fun together, because and also she can't. I mean, she hits like a wall at like 2.5 hours, 3 hours, where she's just like,
oh yeah,
I'm fried. I can't do it. I'm going to bed.
I can feel that. Oh yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I'll catch you later. I got 3 more hours of energy and wind in me. Shout out G Fuel, but like,
nice.
Like it's just
nice.
It's kind of one of those things where like I don't try to push her to say hey, like stay up with me, or hey, do you want to stream with me type of thing, because she does take care of our daughter full time, and like I work from home full time, and like 8 hours a day of working, and like in between that, hanging out with her and our baby, and then streaming for like 4 hours, it's like I wouldn't ever expect her to do the same. No way.
So. Oh, sure. Yeah. You have a particular passion for it too. That gives you, I think, the energy you need to get through it and to do it. And
absolutely.
It's okay that she doesn't have that passion, but I think it's awesome that she supports you in it, which is fantastic.
The support
and
is
actively participates at times. Incredible.
There's been a lot of that. There's just been so many people.
Do anything.
Well, that's the thing. It's like sometimes I feel bad because there's a lot. I know there's so many guys that've been like, "Hey, honey, come here, look at this," and like of her and I playing games together, like in the same room, side by side, and there's like a really great dynamic and stuff. And there's been a lot of clips, a lot of content that can come out of that, because when you have two people, it's like there's twice as much potential. Mm-hmm. And we don't take each other, like we don't take ourselves very seriously. We don't like ever actually argue. We don't ever like we have a really, not to tell our whole story, but like we've been friends since middle school, and we didn't start dating until college, and so we have a long because we're best friends. It's not like we're gonna like upset each other. It's not like we're gonna have this like knockdown, drag out argument that some people, they get really competitive and they get really, like gamers, they can get really like, how much they argue in calls. Well, imagine it's your wife, it's kind of like the grass is always greener, right? Like you might want to play games with your wife. But what happens when you get frustrated? You got to be patient. You got to, you got to understand that like they don't play games. They don't have, their brain isn't wired the same way. When they aren't a gamer, I'm not saying girls, but I'm talking about when they're not a gamer.
Oh yeah. 100%.
They're just not, they don't understand certain aspects of playing video games that, it's just.
For sure.
Yeah, when you do something for a long time, you like tend to realize you forget that like some stuff's just not stuff that's second nature to you isn't second nature to some. Like I see people throw a ball sometimes. I'm like, wait. I see my wife throw a ball. I'm like, wait, you haven't thrown anything in 20 years. Like you haven't really thrown anything in 20 years. Like since PE when they forced you to throw.
Exactly.
I'm like, oh, this makes sense. Like, why would you know? And I'm like, wait, why would you know how to throw? Even though it's something that I've done hundreds of times every day for the last 25 years. It is weird to think about that too. But now that you say that, it's probably best that I don't have Kate on here a lot playing me in games, because I am hyper competitive. And when I have children, like I've already decided it. When my son's running around like trying to shoot hoops on his little tiny Fisher Price basket, I'm going to be swatting that thing until he's big enough He's big enough to actually beat me. He's gonna know he's gonna lose every time, and I'll be like, "You're one day, and it's gonna be that much sweeter when you've worked your butt off for 20
every
years."
Time I see him like in his little playroom, just like playing. You happen to walk by the door. He goes for a shot. You just freaking swat that thing again.
Swat out and be like, "You remember who the alpha is?" And I'm gonna leave.
I hate you, Dad. What'd you say to me? I love you, Dad.
But he's gonna get that a whole life, and then the one day he's gonna be like, "Yeah," eventually get one in and later like switch his hand on me or something, and I'm gonna be mad, and then we're gonna fight. Anyway, I don't know why that was relevant, but it
that really was a tangent. Yeah,
I'm very happy that that's an awesome situation to have, and yeah, we've had a lot of I think that's just a really important thing in this world too. Is we've talked to a lot of people with really, really, really great dynamics from whether or not they're on the stream or off the stream, or they, what they do behind the scenes, and it's different. Everyone's got a different way that they handle it, but it's there's a lot of ways to do it, and that support is so important if you're going to try to add creating content to your life at all. Like
100%,
there has to be the support there, and if it's not, it's your heart isn't in it. Like it just doesn't work. Just simply doesn't at all.
Yeah, I don't honestly know what I would do if it weren't for the support, because understanding like the desire and the passion that I have, and like supporting it, I always like to say, especially like some people see my setup and they're like, whoa, like how did what does your wife think of it? And I'm like, she's been the only reason I've been allowed to get these things. I have to, I'm the CEO, or I'm the CTO, but she's like the CFO, right? Like she's got to sign off on all those purchases, right? It's not like I'm just over here like going crazy with, buying all these things or, doing all these things for the stream without her input, without her, does this make sense financially? Like, oh, well, yeah, here's the support we got from the stream this month. Like, we should use it towards this. And before we had a baby, every like penny from the stream would go into, improving the quality, improving the experience for the viewers. And then once she worked before we had our baby, my wife worked in an autism program as a teacher's assistant. And so when she stopped working after she had our baby, it was like, all right, so, we need to figure out what we're going to do, as far as like, I want her to stay home. I think that's really important, taking care of our daughter. And now instead of taking every penny and investing it back into the stream, we kind of hit a point where we don't really need anything else. We're good. We don't, we're doing just fine. Nothing has really changed or been added in probably the last year. And let's just take that, support and let's, help it go towards you and our baby. And so that's kind of like, and I'm transparent about that. I'm like, hey, all the support helps to, wifey to stay home with our baby, and like it really, that's kind of like where my motivation really is just to be able to take care of my family even more so than I already do. So
incredible, dude. Incredible. It's cool to hear the way you've handled that with your wife and kind of juxtaposition that with mine, and there's a lot of crossover with that. It's really like a kind of a team effort, at least on my end, and it seems like on your end as well, of making this work. And even just from taking the leap of faith of just starting to stream at all, and maybe sacrifice time with her, or time with family, or time at your work. That's good that you guys are on the same page, and I think it's awesome that she games with you. Would love to get my wife Tears more involved. It'd be great.
There's a line. I would say there's a line between like having it be, especially in the beginning, it was like she's always ready to play, but then when she started to get burned out, I was like, all right, I'll back off. I'm still gonna do it. I'm still having fun. It was just spending time together, and that's what's important. So
you gotta find time. You gotta find time.
You have more patience than I do.
Never spend time. That's
why me and Tears lasted like 1 week in the gym together. She was like, I'm not going to the gym with you ever again. I was like, I'm sorry. You're doing your squats wrong. I just want to help you.
Yeah. Can't do it either, man.
Help me help. Yeah. No, not a thing. Fell apart real quick. So as a content creator, you kind of talked about your ability to work with your wife and make that successful. And it seems like you're pretty, in the best possible way. I feel like I'm not using the correct word here, but like agreeable, like you're just kind of go with the flow. It seems like it's pretty easy to get along with you within your community as well. what would you say is your greatest strength as a streamer? How do you feel? What do you think you bring most to the table, or most to your community, that they would say, oh yeah, he's known for his gameplay, his humor, his jokes, whatever? How would you?
I feel like this is one of those, like, you're gonna follow it up with what's my greatest weakness, and I have to turn that into somehow a strength, like a backhanded strength.
It's not a job interview. It's all right.
I
care too much.
Yeah, I care exactly. I care too much. I would say, as far as just like my strength is really just my ability to like put time and effort into my community with everything else that like I have as a balance. I really make it a priority to like have my focus be not on, how well the stream's doing, but like how well the people in the stream are doing. I really care about those people that, that are there day in and day out, that have their ups and downs. And like, I know that it's just right now, especially, there's a lot of people that are like lonely. There's a lot of people that are going through some pretty horrible stuff. And if I can have, my community be a distraction from that, or, maybe, something to help them with that, then that's the goal. Because you could do anything. You could watch Netflix. You could go watch Tim the Tatman. But if you find that you get something out of spending time, with my community and with me, then that's the I would say, hopefully, that impact that I have on people would be a pretty good strength of mine, just because I try my hardest to set myself apart just from like my attitude to my quality to the kind of how I care about those people.
I think that's good. I think people, I can't remember who said this. I feel like recently on the pod, even, it was just like, people know when you're faking it. They know when you're having a bad time. They can very easily tell you're not into it. And you seem very genuine. And I think that's a good trait that will not only like get more people involved in your community, which is great, but just keep people involved. Like, people desire that sense of authenticity, and you seem to bring a lot of that to the table. Is honestly really impressive, I gotta say, because balancing a full-time job and a significant other and now a baby, congratulations, by the way, I haven't officially said that to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then also putting the time into the stream, that's a lot. That sounds super taxing, at least to me. Maybe because I'm a bot, I don't know, but I just feel like that's a lot to take care of.
Yeah, well, it's actually funny that I also saw that they only come from my dad jokes, which is only since I became a dad.
That's tough. Yeah.
I mean, in all honesty, it happened. It all just it's not like one day I woke up and I said I want to do all this. It just kind of happened over time, and I've had to learn how to balance it as we go. And I've gotten to the point where you have to just learn to peel certain things back, and and maybe find a better way to. What do we have to sacrifice this time? It's probably just going to be sleep. It's usually sleep, especially it's like I was conditioned before we had our baby to run on like 3 to 4 hours of sleep, because I'd finish a stream and I'd want to edit something, put something together, and then go to bed at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. and then wake up at 6 to go to work, and then come home and then have dinner with the wife, and then we stream again, and the same thing. It's like over, and I just learned to run on that little of sleep. So when we had our baby, it was like I'd been preparing for this my entire life. I was like super ready. So like I'd be up late having to feed the baby, and I'd be sitting there, like planning stuff for the stream, or just like learning something on a on a YouTube video, and it just seemed like as over time I've just learned to adjust and find a balance, because that's important, and is prioritizing and finding that balance, and always having like open and honest communication with my wife. That's a big thing, because I can't just go off the the deep end and not have her like she'll reel me back.
That's good.
That's really good.
Here's and Kate will reel us back all the time.
They reel us back. They let us know. They let us know where we're in the pecking order. That's for sure.
That's true.
That is for sure. Well, I mean, it sounds like you really care about your community. I think that that's a quality that is just going to be universal. So anyone out there, like you want to start or you want to be part of a community, like given a crap about the other people in the chat with you or the streamer, or if you're streaming yourself, vice versa. I think that, you know, it's sometimes at a premium here on Twitch, and you know, the world is always going to be better for it. And though, you know, that your level of success may vary, you know, if you're the streaming, people will want to hang out and be with you and be part of your community. Like that's just that's what we're all looking for here. So that's phenomenal, man. That's really awesome. And to wildly segue, we got our ad and I get to read it. Frankly, I don't know how to segue into a paragraph about balls. So I'm just going to go right into it. All right. Mirror, mirror on the wall, what is the best brand for my balls?
That was like 3 seconds you lasted.
Holy heck. This thing, dude. Manscaped, of course. If you don't know what Manscaped is by now, you are living under a rock. Hold up. Is that a nose pube? Yeah, I love this. God, good thing our partners at Manscaped are here to ensure you're taking care of your manhood and your nose hairs with their new performance package. I'm in my 30s now. Nose hairs are a thing. Sometimes they feel like they're in my brain. So I would love for to have some sort of trimmer to help me take care of that on the reg, so you don't have to pull them when they're sticking out of your nose at dinner. The performance package is the ultimate men's hygiene bundle. Included in this new package is the Weed Whacker ear and nose trimmer. I have one. It's phenomenal, which is waterproof, and it uses a 9,000 RPM motor powered 360-degree rotary dual blade system.
Sheesh.
Circular. It just goes right up in there. And it works like a dream.
Right up in there.
This nose and ear hair trimmer provides proprietary skin-safe technology which helps prevent nicks, snags, and tugs on those delicate holes. Look, fellas, 79% of partners polled admitted that long nose hair is a major turnoff. Even though you are your own person and only one that you should be trying to impress is yourself, it still matters if your significant other doesn't like you. Why not use the best tools for the job here? The bundle includes the Lawnmower 3.0 trimmer, the original trimmer, the one that we also have, the best trimmer on the market for your balls, butt, and bod. It's time to turn that gooch into Gucci with Manscaped. Let's not forget their famous liquid formulations, the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant and Crop Reviver Ball Toner to maximize your ball hygiene routine. It smells good. There's no chafing and there's no sticking. You guys know what I'm talking about. Some of you might not know. Most of you do know. Get the performance package now. Receive their 2 free gift as well. The Manscaped Boxers, which I have a pair of and wear when they're clean, and a Shed travel bag. Perfect for putting all your accoutrement in one place when you're traveling. And even when you're not traveling, I keep it all packaged there below the sink, ready to go whenever I need it. You will also receive a replaceable blade every 3 months. Keep your weed whacking and lawn mowing time clean and enjoyable. The performance package is the best value that Manscaped has to offer. You can get 20% off plus free shipping with code MCA at manscaped.com. That is code MCA at manscaped.com. If you're watching right now on your browser, there's such thing as other tabs you can open. So, get to that. Thank you, Manscaped, for making our holes look sexy. Maybe we'll just mix a little edit there on the last 3 words. All right. Remember, 20% off, free shipping, code MCA at manscaped.com. Thank you so much. All righty, there.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
I feel like laughing is just part of it. I'm surprised there's just not parentheses ever says laugh here, because it's just part of it at this point.
It's perfect. I don't think that I don't think that they expect a perfect ad read. They know what they're doing. No one's gonna just nail that. I mean, they said make your gooch Gucci is the. I don't know who came up with that. They need to get a bonus. Outstanding.
Make your gooch Gucci, man. They have to have some Gen Z worker, like they got an intern that's like, yo, dude, put Gucci in there.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Put Gucci in, dude. Put Gucci in, fam. We're good.
I just saw the Gucci Gang music video. It's really good.
Amazing.
Hehe. Hard segue from balls.
Every time.
So how do you, with your wife specifically, because I think we have a good amount of viewers and listeners that have pre-existing families, as it were. Pre-existing family sounds like a condition.
Pre-existing condition, like
we're about to talk about Obamacare
when you're getting coverage. Oh, brother.
Jeez.
How do you feel about healthcare in its current form? No, I'm curious how did you decide? Did you set up a system or program? Because we asked this to specifically famous married streamer Dr. Lupo about how he regulates the time that he spends streaming and doing things related to stream, right? Because it's not just the time that we spend live, it's also the time that we spend thinking of ideas or brainstorming or upgrading equipment or whatever it may be. So how do you have that conversation with your wife? How do you look at your daughter and say, I'm not going to play with you right now. I'm going to go dedicate time to the stream. Just look her right in the eye. Tell her daddy's got to go. How do you do it?
I don't. I only stream when my daughter's asleep. Literally, I decided that there's no way if I could choose between spending time with my daughter and spending time streaming. That's no doubt. I want to be. If I could be a full-time dad, I'd be a full-time dad. Like I love just that time. And I mean, it's even hard like working from home and not wanting to just like go downstairs and play.
You work in a different room than you streaming?
No. This is I work in here. Yeah.
You do work in. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
It's like weird flex. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, a whole separate. No, just kidding.
I got a whole nother PC set up in another room.
Yeah,
and it looks just like that.
I mean, I do. There are some days where like I spend 12 hours in this room, and I don't even blink, right? But there's time when work's done at 5 p.m. I'm like, cut off, log out, go downstairs, and I'm hanging out with BB for like while my wife prepares dinner. We're hanging out, we're playing. There's times like during lunch, like my lunch hour, sometimes lately she's been napping during lunch because that's like her schedule. But there's times where like, for lunch, I'll be able to just like come downstairs and for like half my lunch, I'm literally just like goofing around, playing with my daughter and hanging out with my wife. And just because I try to, have an actual lunch break. A lot of people that work from home, they just like don't do that. So I mean, like that's really great, but I have never since we got her sleep schedule down, I haven't streamed when she's been awake, just because I don't. I have enough time, she's only awake from 5 to 7 when I'm done working, and then after that, it's like, all right, let's clean the kitchen, pick up, wash bottles, do all the parent stuff. And then, fire up the stream, after all that work is done. And like she is a great sleeper. She sleeps for like 12 hours a night. So that's enough time. Yeah. Oh yeah. We're super blessed. We got a great sleeping baby. So,
my goodness, 12
and
hours.
also
Is she gigantic? Is she just growing like a beanstalk? She's got to.
Her hair is. But she's actually on the other side of this wall. That's why I have like the sound proofing is not only aesthetically pleasing, but it's like actually necessary, because right on the other side of this wall, she's sleeping. So like I have to make sure. Yeah, I've got like sound foam here. I've got it, back behind me on the opposite wall, because I have to make sure that like, there's times where I don't think, maybe like only one time where like I might have like dropped something in here that I've like woken her up, but I'm pretty good about like, the room's treated well. It's a really tiny room. Like I can touch both walls on both sides of me, and like the wall is like right behind me. So it's a very small room. Yeah. And so I've got it treated well, and I have to, we're actually, my wife and I just bought our first house, which is great. We closed on the December 9th, and I'm going to have the basement as like a studio. I'm gonna have a real like
nice.
So much fun with that. I can tell how much fun you're gonna have.
Oh, I'm excited for you.
Dude, 2 floors of separation, and I'm gonna be able to like scream and twerk like all at the same time. Yeah. I can't like right now. It's just I have to be careful sometimes. It's just about the like how much I'm making a racket, but once it's come December, game over.
Oh, I'm excited for you.
Home ownership.
Can't wait to twerk in peace.
Yep.
Oh, that's amazing. I need some soundproofing though. That's a good idea. That's smart. I gotta invest in that. Right now, my voice just reverberates for the entire house.
Well, like I kind of get bummed because I have to hold myself back because I can't yell, like I can't scream, you know. But at the same time, like I'll be okay. You know, it's a phase. Like I mean, she's only been alive for 9 months, and so that's really. But before that, you know, my wife is like she's like 2 rooms over, and I have got both doors closed, and sound doesn't travel that much. But like, I mean, when I do have that space and that level of like not privacy, but you know, that level of isolation, be able to get hyped again and not have to worry about like, okay, guys, let's you know,
let's dial it back, everybody. Okay.
Yeah. I think my first Fall Guys win, I had to like legitimately control myself from jumping up and down and screaming at the top of my lungs. I had to silent celebrate where I'm like, because like there's just no. I wanted to literally like put my head through a wall. I was so excited.
That happened the first time I won a PUBG solo game. My wife was working on the other side of the wall, and she was in the middle of a call. So I just got up and was like just walking, pacing, and just like whisper yelling.
Dude, I got the notification. I don't know if you guys have like the Apple Watch, but I got the notification on my Apple Watch that like your heart rate went above 160. Like, are you going into cardiac arrest? You haven't been doing any motion.
Just shot up out of nowhere.
It literally went up that fast. And I don't know if you guys have ever, has that ever happened to you? I mean, maybe you're just in better health conditions than me, but
no, 100% that's happened. I can't remember what I was doing specifically, but it was something stream related. Yeah, it was definitely stream related. And then my heart rate just like skyrocketed. I remember my first Fortnite win. Yeah, something like that. I was all jacked up. But recently I got like the right key card. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Key card.
Pretty jacked up for that.
And it was middle of the night, right? It was like not middle of the night, but it was late.
Middle of the night. There's kids staying with us. I was just like,
Yes, 60 million rubles.
Oh my gosh, 60 million rubles.
Yeah, that'll never happen to me.
Nope, sure won't. For our listeners and for our viewers, just a quick reminder, because I just saw one of my own personal mods from my channel come into here and say, I didn't know the May Contain Action podcast had a Twitch channel. Thanks, Shelly. Wow. Anyway, we have a Twitch channel. So if you're listening, head on over to twitch.tv/MayContainAction. You can watch the live recording of the podcast. You can even watch the VOD if PM remembers to turn it on.
Okay.
RIP episode 1.
Watch the VOD on YouTube also. May Contain Action.
Also watch there. You can also listen, obviously, on all the podcast platforms.
I have no idea what you put platform and podcast together.
That sounds like some sort of like borscht. Podcourse. Anyway.
Oh, borscht is
stop.
So good.
Stop.
So good.
No.
What is borscht again? Isn't there beets in it?
It's like beet stew. It's
all right. Hold on.
Isn't it red?
My grandfather was first generation coming over from the Ukraine. All right. He grew up in the Great Depression.
Ukraine.
On a farm in North Dakota, you know, the like walk uphill to school both ways in the freezing cold. That was his life, literally, and he could only eat borscht. That's the only thing he could have because they take all the vegetables from the farm, they just throw it into a stew. So growing up, there was like this like really like sentimental like borscht was like this super like family passed down tradition. That's
amazing.
Yeah, sorry, that was a little.
That's very cool. I appreciate the sentiment.
Yeah,
taste awful, but I'm gled it means something to you and your family. That's so good.
Yeah, like how often is the word borscht gonna come up? Like, you know what I mean? You got to tell a story.
I had to, dude. It just got me so excited.
You're not just gonna let it pass. That doesn't make any sense.
Can't say borscht.
But
let's get into
the game, aren't we? We're at the game.
Yeah.
Yes. I saw in chat earlier that PM said it's really funny this week. So if I'm not laughing,
it's not funny. It is not funny. It's very hard.
It's hard. It's gonna be funny because it's hard. I got it. They're gonna laugh at us, but we're not gonna think it's funny.
But it's very timely. So, I'm just gonna leave it on this one. I'm not even gonna bother putting the cam on there because I gotta calibrate that. But we're gonna do PEMDAS. That's the name of the game.
Oh my goodness.
Oh gosh.
Here, that's what
We're doing math problems as the game.
We are doing math problems. We have 6 here. Okay. Let me get a little countdown going. I'm going to give you guys
Really good.
how long? What, like 45 seconds? You think you guys figure this out? Yeah, 45 seconds.
I thought you were kidding
seconds.
when you told me to bring my TI-89.
No. Like actually bring it and write boobies upside down. That's the way to do it. Yeah, pen and paper needed if you want to. Good idea. Okay, so I'm gonna give you 6 math equations.
Oh my gosh.
No
I'm doing the game next week. All right, go.
There is no multiple choice here, so don't worry about that. You're gonna have to figure this out. There's only one right answer. Okay. Everyone get a pen and paper. I'm gonna get this a bit.
How do you not have paper and pen in your
Someone
office, bro?
called Tim. Yeah.
I don't know, because it's 2020, you freaking weirdo.
P-Man.
Wrong about that. Okay. You guys got 45 seconds each one. Okay.
P-Mads. Here we go.
First one. 4 plus parentheses 5 times 3 equals
19.
Timer has started.
19.
19.
I'll give you guys the full. I'll wait till everyone answers.
Okay.
19.
19. Everyone's set on that.
Yep. Easy.
Alrighty.
Easy clap.
Easy one. That's an easy one, right?
Yeah. Easy clap.
Okay, good. Everyone's got one.
Mm-hmm. I have
Next
19.
one. Okay. All right, dude. 44 minus parentheses 2 times 9.
Nice.
Silent. You have.
I know. I have an answer. I just, I have 26.
Yeah, 26.
Yeah, I don't want to go first.
26.
Come on.
Everyone 26. Okay, good.
We're not supposed to use a calculator?
No, preferably not.
Okay.
Yeah, because that would be like literally having a
Totally didn't use one. So it's fine. What's that? Go on. Here we go.
Next one.
Yeah.
6 times 6 in parentheses minus 2.
34.
34. Yep.
Where are the logarithms at, dude?
Yeah, bro.
just,
That was gonna be hard. Lol, easy.
Are you guys just copying each other?
bro.
Yeah.
Nah, dude.
Quadratic equation.
Everyone just okay. Yep. 3-3. This is doing a lot better than I thought you would. This is good. Okay, let me stop the timer. Go to the next one.
Come on, dude. Come on.
Where was it? Okay. One of my personal favorites. 7 times 9 in parentheses plus 6.
69. I didn't even have to write it down. Come on.
I didn't either. One of my favorites
Come on.
is 69.
No. I didn't even think about the numbers. I just thought about what he said before it.
Yeah, he's Hooter Boy.
Haha,
Hooter Boy
guys.
69, dude.
He said the funny
Why do
number.
you think it's?
He said
why do
the
you think it's one
funny.
of my
He said
favorites?
he said it, chat. He said it.
Wait,
Okay,
was it Hooters guy? Hooters guy, right?
Hooters Boy 69.
Hooters boy.
God, you guys are flying through these. I don't know how Tim did so bad with this. Okay.
Because he's an idiot.
Yeah,
He moved to the panhandle
Simply
Yeah.
use
on
your brain.
purpose.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No.
Next one.
Yeah. Go on.
30 minus parentheses 2 times 3.
24.
Yeah. Come on, dude.
Okay. It seems like you guys are gonna ace all of these, so we'll just.
Yeah, we
we'll
probably
just
are
jump in.
going to.
Yeah, bro.
You know what? We're gonna do that, but I'm gonna find a really hard PEMDAS question for you guys.
You're not
so
gonna.
Last one, and then we'll find a hard one.
Okay.
Parentheses 1 times 7 minus 7.
0. Why are we doing this? Come on. Come on.
As bad as that one time when you did record the episode.
Okay. Here we go. Hard one for you.
All right, got it.
See. Totally.
Negative 10 divided by parentheses 20 plus. No, sorry, 20
Okay.
divided by.
Slow down.
Okay,
Negative
slow down. Okay. Negative 10
Yeah.
divided by parentheses 20 divided by 2 to the second power times 5 divided by 5 and parentheses times 8 minus 2.
Wait, okay, I got lost at 2 to the second
Read it
power.
again.
Negative 10
Yeah.
Okay.
divided by parentheses 20 divided by 2 to the second power times 5 divided by 5 close parentheses times 8 minus 2.
Okay.
And I will give you 45 seconds. I love the silence. That means we're working here. It's just dead silent. This is awesome.
We're working on it, dude.
No, it's good because in the actual podcast there'll be music in the background. So, code MCA at checkout manscaped.com.
Oh God.
And I'm gonna need an answer. I'll give you 15 more seconds. How about that? 15 more seconds. Come up with it real quick.
Is it a whole number?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, frick.
15 more seconds to solve this?
Yep. You got 5, 4, 3.
Negative
2.
322.
19.
I had
Probably 69. 69?
I had negative
No.
42.
Apparently, and I don't know if this is true or not. Apparently, it's negative 18. So we're just gonna go with that.
Bro, you
Wow,
just
we're
went
all
from
wrong.
you went from 5 miles an hour to breaking the sound barrier with these things. How am I supposed to
Look, I
keep
thought there was gonna be a little more struggle.
I'm literally
you know.
imagining someone driving to work being like, with their fingers. Listen
Someone
to
is
this
gonna
later.
crash their
None
car.
of us
listening to this.
graduated. I figured simple math might be a little difficult. So maybe I'm just
I
speaking
was
from
my high
experience.
school valedictorian, I'll have you know, and math was my best subject. So, even though I got
okay.
that last one very wrong.
Well, next time I guess I'll come up with a better one. So
Yeah, next time I'll do the game. All right.
yeah, there
cool.
you go. That's fine.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Jeez.
that's fine. Thank you, PM, for the game.
You know what?
Nicely done.
Thank you, PM. Let's give PM a round of applause for the game. And hey, who we kidding? It's for you guys. It's for you, the
Was that
listeners.
a game?
All right?
Are you
right.
sure that?
I don't
I
know.
feel
Was
like
that
I
a
was just
game?
sitting and I feel like we're gonna trigger some kids that have to sit and do this exact
Yeah.
same thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, we should have like played it up as
Absolutely.
like a Call of Duty Easter egg or something because that just felt like a quiz.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's relevant to like current events going on right now with content creation. I feel like
yeah.
everyone's
People
kind of
are big on
trying
math
out.
for some
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
PMADs, 100%, dude.
Yeah.
Have you seen those tweets?
nicely done.
Those like tweets that get probably millions upon millions of impressions because people sit there and argue over the PEMDAS or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh.
over the order of operations, and
It's like the
most of the time it's
same-
very obvious.
Oh,
Yes.
and it's always the same problem, and there's always the same argument, and next thing you know, everyone's a math professor.
Oh, every time.
Yeah,
Every
the
time.
math prof's like, this is my
And
time.
I'm right every time. I try to tell people, and they never listen to me. You know?
It was
It's,
awful.
yeah, it's like
You
Those
can go
problems-
deep in an argument with someone and be wrong, but you have to stick through it.
Oh, you
Yeah,
got to stick
like-
with it.
yeah.
Yeah, the answer is 5, but you're like, no, bro, it's 17, and this is why. And they're like, no, it's 5, and it's like, no, you don't understand. It's 7. Like you go into
Actual
it.
math professors are like, this
Yeah.
is my time. Like when a new Zombies comes out and Noah J is like, this is my time.
This
You
is
know what
my
I mean?
time.
It's like
Exactly.
that kind of thing.
Yes.
Where he's like, I cannot wait to play this only and be the voice on it for the next month. And you
Yeah.
know,
Deep cut to Noah J, by the way.
yeah, dude. Big-
Actually,
big,
speaking of Noah J,
shout out.
yeah, 100%. That leads perfectly into our next section. Our final section here is who you been watching lately. Who you been watching lately, or
We've been watching lately.
who you been watching. So this is a section where we talk about who we've been watching lately on the second monitor. So let's say you're hanging out, you're doing work or whatever, and you got someone up on the monitor hanging out. You're watching their content. So I'm going to let you take your time. You just relax. You think about it, and I'm definitely not saying all of this to buy myself any time to think
You
of.
have
I don't have
a
anyone this. I'm so bad, dude.
Like, okay, here's the deal. I'm gonna change the parameters of this for moving forward. Doesn't have to be someone that you've even watched since the last episode, Paul. It can literally be someone like, hey, this person, is a friend of mine, and I know that they've been creating content, even though I don't know exactly what it was in the last 7 days.
Yeah,
I know that they've been doing it and they're working hard, and I want to give them some
shout out. The shout out.
We'll call it a shout out.
Do
Yeah.
you watch a different person every week? Because if you actually genuinely, you don't change it up. You don't. I don't change it up. I'm
gonna be honest.
I appreciate Hehe being here for this. This is good.
I am an active searcher of different types of stuff on purpose. I think just like to get inspiration or get just be like, whoa, this guy's like, wow, this is a whole new way of thinking about this. Like there's a lot of people that do that. I think it's smart to, again, like I said, get information, adjust. Like it's just like that's how my brain works. So I just kind of naturally do it.
No, that's good.
So I'll go first.
Yeah. Honestly, don't disrespect me like that. I can go.
Okay.
I know people. Okay. And I'd like to give a little shout out to a buddy of mine that I have not had the pleasure of playing with because he's been on WoW. But now that I'm going to start being on WoW, hopefully we can. His name is Bajira.
Ooh.
Yes. Love me some Bajira. He's a super positive guy. He spelled the name immediately. The first thing is like, how do you spell that? Bajheera. Bajira or Bash. He's amazing. He does mostly World of Warcraft streams, but also is doing a lot of health and fitness YouTube videos as well as bodybuilding. He does bodybuilding competitions. He's jacked out of his mind. He's got the biggest Viking beard ever. But all that beefiness and everything, like the nicest guy, like the softest. Is weird. Sounds weird, like a soft, like very welcoming voice. He's just a great dude. So he's very positive, very into health conscious, very into playing World of Warcraft, and he's been in it for the long haul. He has not left WoW even during BFA and WOD. I mean, that is something to celebrate. So he's an awesome dude. Check him out. Twitch.tv/BAJHEERA. Awesome dude.
And the same way that Noah J gets excited about zombies when there's expansion, Bajira is one of the guys that you definitely check out to, figure out how to, new players. He's a guy you go to because you can ask him questions and he will answer them honestly. Yes. He reads chat like crazy. He's he wants everyone to really enjoy WoW the way he does. And he's an incredible, and he's a really, really great good player. And he PvPs a lot. Like you want to learn about the game. He's one of the best ones to go to. To be honest, all the WoW guys really are really open to teaching and stuff.
Fount of knowledge.
But yes, but here he's a guy that when Legion came out, I was watching all the time, him and Tally. So he's a great dude, and I would love to play with him as well. But mine this week is a guy who goes by the name of Big Puffer. And people that don't know, we're trying really hard. So Puff, if you hear the show, we would love to have you on. He is an editor. I actually don't know if he's doing this anymore for Marcel. For basically, I do work, but that is something he's been doing for a very long time. But he is a Twitch streamer. Oh, cool. He has his own YouTube channel that has blown up. He is a talented editor, and I recently played in a group of Among Us with him and completely walked over his dead body for about a minute and a half without seeing it, and I feel horrible. So that has something to do with this. And also he has a clip of him being chased in an Among Us game that is edited so funny that I watched it. I've seen it about 100 times, and he's like on the the table called the admin table, and there's just like a table in the middle of the room.
That girl's name, right?
Yeah, he's like, no, and he found this great song that's like super like tense. And it's just him like dodging her, and she like trying to get, and he's just yelling, "Help me! Help!" It's hilarious. Yep. And it actually went viral, not on his own channel, on someone else stole it. I
was gonna say I know that clip, and it blew up everywhere because I actually it was on TikTok that I saw it, I think. And dude, Among Us TikTok is insane. Insane.
It is the wave. Little bits of content, dude. Perfect. So yeah, Big Puffer. Twitch, on YouTube, it's all one word. Big Puffer, good dude. He's hilarious. And he really in that group, he was one of the more outspoken guys. It's important in Among Us to have a couple, 3 or 4 people who are like to lead the conversations and yell, and then they got to have the people who are like timid, like, oh, it wasn't me. Like that's kind of what I kind of do.
Yeah.
And then I get really angry when I get targeted, and then you got to have the people in the middle that are like, and then you got to have the people that have no idea what they're doing. They're just silent if they're the imposter, and then they're loud when they're not the imposter, which is hilarious. Yeah. But he's definitely like he was a driver of content. He's a great content creator. I think he's I think in like the last 6 months, he's really, really kind of come into his own and like started to get some traction, and he's a really talented guy. So big puffer, go check him out.
Hell yeah. All right. Hehe. Who do you got, man?
Dude, I'm torn because I have like someone who I have been like I don't know. I've been appreciating lately, and then I have like my friends who I like appreciate it equally. But I mean, I would say just like for someone that I will, like you said, have up on my other monitor consistently. He's actually one of my mods. His name's PFN Kia. Long time like friend of mine that I met. Actually, I met he and his now wife in my stream years ago, and like they told me that they like, I remember the day they came into my chat and said like, we got engaged, and I was like, no way. And they're a super cool couple, and the reason that I want to give him a shout out is because he is probably the most frustrating but good Among Us players, because if I can like see the gears turning in his head, and there's been times where I'll be playing with him and I'll mute my mic and I'll say, he's gonna call me out, watch this, and I unmute and he goes, so it's definitely Hehe, and I'm like, man, he's so smart, but he's also like, you know, it's really in my group that we play, it's like kill Kia first. No matter what you do, try to kill him first, because he will call you out, and it's like you need a lawyer team to defend you against this guy. Yeah. And I love him. He's a great guy, super supportive of the community. He's just and I mean he streams a bunch of stuff. He streams, you know, he actually one game that he plays, Realm Royale. Have you guys heard of it? Yeah, he's been on that wave, and like I'm pretty sure that's like his, like he's still with it and he's thriving. So
yeah, I didn't know the game existed still. That's fantastic.
Oh, I know. It's still going. He's still on it.
That's amazing.
PFN Kia.
PFN
never play Among Us with Kia. Got it.
Written down in the notes.
Okay.
Not on paper though, because he doesn't have paper, guys.
He does not have paper. That's true. Yeah. I found some sticky notes or Tears'. Almost. Sorry. Hehe. I was just going a long tangent about Tears. It's not necessary. Hehe. What is next for you, my friend? Do you have any thing you're looking forward to within your stream or community? Any events you're looking forward to? I mean, events are kind of far between at this point, but merch or streams that you have planned that you're excited about, you want to give a shout out to?
I mean, the house, that's going to be a big move for me when I have that studio. Woo, it's going to be fun. It's going to be, I mean, I love my setup right now. I mean, I've been here for like 2 years, this has been the way it has been for almost like 2 years. And
this is the way. Yeah.
And I really do feel like this move is just going to be, you know, refreshing. But also I'm planning for it now. And that's going to be something fun to kind of like just have it change, but also not have it, not miss too much. Right.
Exactly.
But it's just going to be cool. It's going to be, it's something about, you know, changing your location, changing where you are, and the whole, it's like not a rebrand, but it's a rearranging. And I am super excited for that. That's gonna, I'm hoping, you know, it's really gonna elevate, but also it's just gonna give me a better, like I literally, when I say how much space I have, like I can touch both of these walls right here. And so like just to be able to stand up and not like hit a wall behind me, and
I know all about that, dude.
Oh man, it's just it's gonna be great. So I'm excited for that. And we're speaking of Among Us, like we've had a lot of great content with Among Us, like you know, a couple great TikToks that got, I think I had 2 or 3 that had like over 2 million views.
Awesome.
And we've kind of grown over there, and I've been really enjoying the TikTok content. I played with some other, like I played with Avalanche and Classy once, and a couple other kind of bigger creators, and I feel like it's like a great opportunity. I know that, you know, it's not going, Among Us isn't going anywhere, especially with new maps and stuff involved. So that's kind of what I'm looking forward to, is how that can help you know, grow and expand the brand, the channel.
Oh yeah, dude. Freaking love that. And I think too, with you expanding your play space, as it were, that's just going to provide inherent content and quality content for your viewers and community as well. Like you have more ideas, you have more space, you can do more things, and they're going to benefit from that as well. Even just a new camera angle, they love that. They let you change a camera angle. They're like, oh, Pog, what is that? Is that a new corner? It's part of your window.
Surprised. You'd be surprised, even if you just flip your camera angle when you're in your game versus in your main. Oh. Like you mirror it. They're like, "Where'd you get another camera?" I'm like, "Oh no." It's so funny, dude. Just one little reverse of a camera, and they go crazy.
Yeah. Love chat. Well, to our chat and to our viewers and listeners as well, a reminder that you always have two ways to get onto the pod. One is the review of the week, and two is replying to our Monday tweet of who's going to be on the stream or the podcast on Thursday. So Monday, we usually announce who our new guest is going to be. Reply to that tweet or use the hashtag AskMCA. We will look for those. We will look for your guest questions for the next guest that we have. Be sure to use that and incorporate it into the pod. Speaking of that first way, the review of the week, today's review of the week, or this episode's, is from Christian Sayers, who said, I love the fact that y'all are back. Missed TF, which I think is the frick.
Yeah,
it's the frick.
It's the frick. Yeah,
the frick. Out of y'all, and definitely best comparison to Trev, Vanna White. Lol, 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 lol.
Yep, I am Vanna White.
Pesh, can I get a knee?
My camera's being a big butt right now too. So host
really
number 2, just doing host number 2 things.
Doing host number 2. Just pixelated and breaking up. It's fine. Thank you, Christian Sayers, for that review. That was fantastic. I love the lol. That is why I'm host number 1, and Trevor's Vanna White. Thank you so much. Guys, to everyone listening, guys and gals, this has been the May Contain Action podcast. Be sure to listen on all major carriers of podcasts, including Spotify, iTunes, Google Play. The YouTube VOD, watch that as well. Please sub to that. We have no URL. Just search May Contain Action. And a huge thank you as well to our guest, Hehe _TV. Find him on Twitch. But I'll let you please plug all of your stuff, your TikTok, your everything. Plug it away, Hehe.
I was going to say thank you guys for the invitation. It was such a great opportunity. I had absolutely no idea that like when Trevor said that he had looked at some of my stuff, and I was like, whoa, oh, okay, cool. It's really humbling to be able to talk to you guys and kind of, just be able to like get to know you guys, kind of get to know your community and that kind of stuff. And I look forward to, just what's coming next. The socials, twitch.tv/Hehe_TV, Instagram and Twitter are all that. And then TikTok is Hehe.TV. That's actually my biggest one, my biggest social. I love TikTok. And I have a lot of fun with it. So yeah, if you go anywhere, go to TikTok. And then YouTube is, I think there's an extra TTV in there at the end. So yeah, that's all my plugs.
Heck yeah, dude. Awesome. And we thank you for being on. I really thought that you were going to say, yeah, when Trevor approached me, I had no idea you guys even had a podcast. So I just really appreciate being on. Didn't even know this existed. So.
No, I actually had.
All right.
No, I actually had listened to a couple before this, and I was like, oh wow, that's super cool. That I have really never done, and I'm not sure, how often people do podcasts, but I've done 2 ever. I think 1 or 2. So my experience level way down here. So thanks for getting through it.
Yes,
great.
You freaking crushed it. Yeah, you did awesome.
Yeah.
Guys,
time, man.
Go check him out. Hehe_TV was our guest today. Go follow us as well. May Contain Action Pod, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Trevor, plug your ish.
I'm Trevor May on everything but Instagram. That is TrevMay65. Yes, that is my baseball number. Not changing it. Stop it.
Love that. I am at ActionJaxon on everything except for Instagram, where I'm at ActionJaxonBTW. Check us out. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Hehe, everybody.
Have a great night.